Hello friends, welcome to Reads and Eats. My name is Fiona. I'm really glad you've clicked on this video today. I'm going to be talking to you about the books that I read during this week and also what I'm going to be reading this weekend. So it's kind of a wrap up and sharing what I'm going to be reading over the weekend. So the first book that I'm going to talk about is Wishing on a Christmas Cowboy by Sarah Richardson. I gave this one 4 out of 5. Really enjoyed this book. It was a good read. It's the start of a series. And I'll tell you off the bat, I'm going to be reading. I will finish the series, but not at present. But I will be finishing it. So we meet paediatric nurse Kira Fowler, and she's come to Star Valley. I think it's called. Hold on till I find out. Yeah, Star Valley. She's inherited a ranch from her father, who's passed away. Now, this completely surprises her because she and her father are estranged, or were estranged. He moved to Star Valley with Kira's childhood best friend's mum and her best friend, so that split that friendship up. And according to Kira's mother, her father wanted nothing more to do with her. She wasn't on his radar, etc., etc. But is that actually true? So she comes to Star Valley with the thought, right, I'm going to sell the ranch, everything, and I am going to make a new life for myself in London. Because that was the dream that she'd had, herself and her mother had when her mum was alive, that Kira would go to London and they would have a lovely time. On her way to Star Valley, she meets Aidan Steele, who's a former Navy SEAL, and he has got issues. He's got PTSD, and he lives in Star Valley. Sorry, yeah, you can see why I get confused. So he lives in Star Valley, and he helps his sister run her ranch. Plus, he and 2 of his other Navy SEAL buddies, they run the town construction, or one of the town construction companies. There's a prerequisite in Kira's dad's will that she has to do work to the town before she's allowed to even think about selling it. And Aidan comes up with the idea of trying to show Kira exactly what Star Valley has to offer, all the activities, what the people are like, etc. Basically make her fall in love with the place that she will want to sell it. Can they do that? Or will things all backfire and everything goes up in smoke? This was really well written because you not only had that going on as the whole story, but there was also, Kira, finding out things about her father, finding out things that she didn't know that he cared about her. It was really nice to see her friendship with her friend, her childhood friend that her father's had, gone off with that childhood friend's mother and the childhood friend. It was really nice to see that friendship regrow again. I thought that was really lovely. I really liked the fact that she was so compassionate about other people and that she wanted to help others. I really did enjoy this. It's a well written, really good characters, very good plot line. So yeah, I will definitely be reading more by this author. This was my first one by her. I will definitely be reading more of hers, and I definitely want to continue with this series. Next up, I read Icing on the Murder by Valerie Burns. This is book 4 in the Baker Street Bakery series. So we are back with Maddie and Baby and all the crew. And in this one, there is a big wedding expo in the casino. And Maddie manages to get a stall for her bakery, Baby Cakes. And she's there as well because obviously she and Michael are getting married, and she's having some problems trying to make decisions about various things to do with the wedding. And there's a competition at the expo which was win your wedding planned by this well-known, well-esteemed wedding planner, Serafina. And unbeknown to Michael, Maddie enters them in the competition. But Serafina is not what everybody thinks she is. She is a nasty piece of work. She's really not nice. And she ambushes Maddie at the bakery one day. And it's really not a nice episode at all. So they go to the expo, and Serafina ends up dead, is all I'm going to say. And because it's in the casino, it's on tribal land. So it's like, whose jurisdiction over the murder scene, etc. So it ends up being it's the local police until the FBI come in. So basically it gives Maddie and her crew about, say, 3-4 hours to work out who did the murder. And it's the story of them working it out. It's also the story of Maddie really working out what she wants for her wedding and what is important to her. I really did enjoy it. I gave this one 4 out of 5. Again, I love this series anyway. I like the way Valerie Burns writes. Her character's always spot on. I mean, Maddie, you can see the growth in Maddie from the very first book, that when we met her, to now is brilliant. She still has her insecurities, but what woman doesn't? Especially probably in the run up to your wedding. I wouldn't know. I'm not married, but I suspect there are more insecurities at that point than kind of maybe at any other time. And I just really, really liked that. Not the insecurities, but I liked the growth of the character. I liked also seeing Maddie realising just what Michael brings to their relationship and how much she loves him and how much she is just so excited to be married to him. I loved seeing the other characters as well coming more into their own within the investigation. Like, will we go and do something? Maddie asks them to go and do certain tasks. And it's like, yeah, right, we'll reconvene back here in an hour. It was actually almost like partly reading the mystery bookshop series with Sam and Nana Jo and the crew, who they all get their various tasks to do and they meet back for a report meeting. So there was that kind of element to it as well, which I really, really enjoyed. So I'm looking forward to book 5. I hope there is going to be a book 5, because I want to, obviously we have to see Maddie and Michael get married. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to book 5. It was a good read. If you haven't read the Bakery Street series yet, I would definitely highly recommend it. It's a really good read, a fun read, and yeah, it's good. I then picked up The Little Cafe at the End of the Pier by Helen Rolfe. I was sent this very kindly by one of my viewers for my birthday. I'm not going to name them, they know who they are, so thank you very, very much, because I have been texting this person about this book. I really enjoyed this, and I'm going to give it it's another 4 out of 5. I will say this one took me a while to read. It took me virtually a week to read. But I would say that was detrimental. I think this is one of these books that, you need to be able to have chunks, really a longish chunk of time to read it, so that you actually get into the story, into the characters and everything else. So we meet Jo, and Jo's grandparents have asked her to come back to Salt Haven from Edinburgh to help them run the little cafe at the end of the pier. Jo's in Edinburgh, she's a teacher, she's not really enjoying her teaching career, and she jumps at the chance to come home. And it's the story of her basically ending up running the cafe. All the people she meets, all the things that happen, all the things that she does to try and make the cafe a success. she sets up these nights of love at the cafe where she takes two people and puts them on a blind date. It was an absolutely delightful read. There's also somebody who is leaving Jo little postcards. Every couple of months, we'll leave her a postcard. And she's like, who's doing this? Who's doing this? And they're not nasty. They are lovely postcards going, remember, things like, remember to look after yourself as well as others. Know that there's somebody here who cares for you. Things like that, but that person is not revealed to the very, very last chapter. And it was just so delightful. I really, really enjoyed this. I liked seeing Jo develop. I really did. I liked seeing also her relationship with her grandparents, her relationship with various people in the town that became friends, and those friends that she already had from her childhood. There was a family dynamic in that the grandparents and Jo's mum were estranged, and there'd been a falling out, and Jo decided that enough was enough and she was going to try and bring them all back together again. So did she manage that? Did she not? The cafe also has a delightful corkboard where people go on their holidays and they send them postcards. So there's a corkboard with postcards from all over the world in it. Oh, I thoroughly, thoroughly enjoyed this. If you're looking for a summer read that's just got really cozy vibes, I would pick up this one because I think it's one of these that just wraps you in a blanket in many ways, and it was so good. So thoroughly very, very happy that I have read this one, so that's good. And I've picked up my first book for Christmas in July, and that is Second Chance Christmas by Betsy St. Amant. I am on chapter 13. I've got that to read of it. It'll get done probably today, actually, if I'm honest. So Charlie, he helps out at the local dog shelter, but the dog shelter is not doing very well. There's a chance that it's going to have to shut down. Somebody from her childhood comes back into town, but is basically there to try and buy the land that the dog shelter's on for a business that he is part of. It's also to do with teen girls who are being fostered in a foster home. Charlie was part of that system, and she is an advocate for them. And she spends time with them. She spends time at Tulipa House, which is where she spent her time with Gretchen and Art. It is beautifully written. I'm really enjoying this so far. I'm liking the characters. It's faith-based. It's not being shoved down your throat, but it's still there, and I really like that. I mean, I love these faith-based ones. They are just one of my favourite lines. So really, really enjoying this. I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes. You know that these two are going to get together. You know it's going to work out, but you still want to know how it's going to work out. So, yeah, so that's what I'm going to read. What am I going to read next? I don't know. I've got a couple of review books that I need to read, but they're for August. But if I get them done now, then I'll be happy. One of them is a Melody Carlson, and I know it's a Christmas one, so I possibly will pick that one up as over the weekend. I don't know. So that's been kind of my reading this week. This week was a busy one. Well, not as busy as last week, thankfully. My friend went away on Tuesday, and thankfully we decided that we weren't going to go and get. Mum and Dad were due to get an eye test on Tuesday, but that had to be cancelled, so it's in a couple of weeks' time. And we were going to go up and get our glasses that are being fixed, but we just decided, no, we're too tired. We'll just wait until they go up for their eye test. We'll just get them all done at the same time. Pick our glasses at that point. So it's been a very restful week so far, which has been nice. I haven't done very much, honestly, friends. I've just sort of sat and watched the tennis, which is good. Last night sat and watched the British Lions game that we recorded yesterday morning. So, you know, it's just, I needed time to rest and relax, and I've been doing that. I haven't even picked up my crochet this week so far. So, but that's, you know what, that is okay. It's not a race and I've got to get it done. It's like, I will do it now. It'll be finished when it's finished, and I am not going to knock my pan in, as we see over here, to get it done. I'm enjoying reading at the moment, one book at a time. Will I go back to reading 2? Possibly. You know me. I can't help myself. It's a problem I have. You know, I just can't help myself reading 2 books at a time. It's just the way it is. So yeah, but hey ho, that's it. But plans for the weekend: rugby, tennis, probably athletics as well. So yeah, so a sporting weekend, and reading. Yeah, definitely reading, maybe some crochet, but that's it for the moment. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please come chat with me down in the comments. Have you read any of the books that I've mentioned? I would love to know. What have you been reading this week, and what are your reading plans for the weekend? Also, what are your plans for the weekend? Come on, I'm being really nosy. I want to know. You're gonna have a nice. Have you got good plans for the weekend? But on your way to come chat with me, why don't you hit that subscription bell if you haven't, or subscription button if you hadn't already, and the notification bell. It just helps my channel grow. It helps you know when I'm putting out new videos. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. All of this just helps the algorithm, helps my channel keep growing. I'm really, really enjoying my time here. It's so much fun. I'm enjoying meeting new people and becoming friends with new folk, which is great. But that's it for this video. Until my next one, friends, stay safe, happy reading. Bye!